All right, let's get into something really fascinating today. We're looking at a patent for eyewear that's not just about helping you see better, it's about actively protecting you. Think of it as an intelligent shield, a pair of glasses that literally thinks for you.
And this quote right here, it just perfectly captures the reason this technology needs to exist. Before we even touch on the nuts and bolts, we have to understand the very real, very human problem it's designed to solve. An issue that can make something as simple as a cool breeze feel like a wall of pain.
So yeah, let's start there, with that invisible wall. Because honestly, to really appreciate just how clever this solution is, you first have to understand how big the struggle is for so many people. Okay, so imagine this. For a lot of people, a drop in temperature isn't just a reason to grab a jacket. It's the trigger for this deep, throbbing pain right around the eyes. Everyday things, things we totally take for granted, like a walk on a chilly day, or even just grabbing milk from the refrigerated section at the store. Those become these painful ordeals. The patent actually calls it a negotiation with the weather, which is such a powerful way to put it. And the usual solutions, a scarf, a face mask, they just don't work. They're not precise enough for this one specific sensitive area. And this is exactly where this invention comes in and just completely changes the game. We're not talking about a small improvement here. This is a total reimagining of what therapeutic tech can even do. It's a shield that actually thinks. And here you go. This is it. This is the device from the patent filings. Now, at first glance, yeah, it pretty much looks like a normal pair of glasses. But packed inside that frame is this incredibly smart thermal shield, and its whole job is to tear down that invisible wall of pain piece by piece. The big idea behind it all is called bioregulated thermal therapy. Now, the two words you really want to focus on here are intelligent and personalized. This is not about just blasting your face with heat. No, it's the super sophisticated system that delivers a really gentle, consistent warmth that's based on what your body needs in real time and what the world is throwing at you.
So, how does it get so smart? Well, the magic is in this trio of sensors all working together. First, you've got a biometric sensor that's reading your actual skin temperature. That's the most important piece of the puzzle. Then, there's an ambient sensor that's facing outward, measuring the temperature of the world around you. And finally, and this is really cool, a proximate sensor measures the tiny microclimate, that little pocket of air right between the glasses and your face.
When you combine all that data, the system can do something pretty remarkable. It basically becomes this tiny proactive weather forecaster that lives right on your face. Which, of course, brings us to the big question, right? I mean, we've all seen heated gloves, heated jackets. So what's the big deal? How is this any different from just a simple pair of heated glasses?
Well, the difference is absolutely fundamental. Almost all standard heating tech is reactive. It waits for you to get cold, and then it kicks on the heat. But that means you still feel that initial blast of cold, that discomfort. This invention is proactive. It sees the cold coming and adjusts before your skin ever gets cold. The whole goal is to stop the pain before it can even start.
And this right here is the secret sauce: anticipatory adjustment. The brain of the system, this little microprocessor, is constantly crunching the data from the outside world. It sees that you're about to walk into a cold building, it detects that temperature drop, and it preemptively turns up the power to the heating element. It's always one step ahead, keeping you inside this stable, comfortable little thermal bubble. So let's walk through it. Say you step out of your warm car onto a cold street. The ambient sensor instantly detects that sharp temperature drop. So what does it do? It tells the system to ramp up the heat before your face even has a chance to feel cold. And all the while, that biometric sensor is keeping an eye on your skin, making tiny little adjustments to keep you at that perfect, stable temperature. It's like this constant, seamless conversation happening between the sensors and the heater. But believe it or not, the vision for this whole platform goes way beyond just thermal therapy. The patent filings actually lay out a future where this device becomes a full-on sensory aid, something capable of seeing with sound. To really get what this means, the patent tells a little story. So, picture a 7-year-old girl named Lily. She has very limited vision, and she's at this big, crowded street festival, holding her dad's hand, just taking in all the sounds and the energy. For just a split second, she lets go to point at a street performer, but when she reaches back, his hand is gone. All she can make out is just this terrifying, confusing forest of legs and moving shapes. Her little voice gets completely lost in the noise of the crowd. That moment of joy just instantly flips into pure, overwhelming panic. She's alone and she's lost. But in this version of the future,
Lily is wearing these glasses, so she takes a deep, shaky breath and she just whispers the simple command.
And this is where we see the next evolution of this tech. There's a tiny, high-res camera built in that's capturing everything in Lily's field of view. Then, a powerful little AI processor inside the frames is analyzing that video feed in real time. It's describing the scene to her, helping her avoid obstacles, and, in this case, recognizing a face it's been trained to remember.
Now, the system gives Lily directions, but not through a typical earbud. It uses something called bone conduction audio. It sends tiny vibrations through the bones of her skull directly to her inner ear. And this is so important because it leaves her ears totally open so she can still hear everything happening around her. For anyone with a visual impairment, that's a massive safety feature. She gets the guidance she needs without ever losing touch with her surroundings.
So, when you put all of that together, the proactive thermal therapy and this AI-powered assistant, you start to see the true scale of what's being imagined here. This is about the future of wearable tech itself.
This really isn't about just one product that solves one problem. It represents a much bigger shift, a move toward a new kind of technology. It's a platform for personalized, proactive care that anticipates what we need before we even know we need it, and it integrates right into the things we already wear every day.
And that really just leaves you with this one final, fascinating thought. This technology is aimed at solving cold-induced pain. But it makes you wonder, what else? What other chronic issues, what other sensitivities could we manage or maybe even solve with intelligent, anticipatory tech that we just put on every morning?